Hello, I greet you all, the hundreds and thousands that are listening to my YouTube video. My name is Dr. Hillel Mazansky and I specialize in medical hypnosis, guided imagery, also known as visualization, nutrition and exercise, my mantra being how to live a longer, happier, healthier life. Today's health tip is titled How to Prevent in a Holistic Fashion Breast and Prostate Cancer, but that comes a little later. I don't know whether I've ever mentioned to you, but with great humility, I'm the only physician in the country and by default the world that specializes in medical hypnosis, guided imagery, nutrition and exercise. My web team have done the research and they found that the veracity of my statement is correct. You will notice that on my website, drmedicalhypnosis.com, as you come upon the home page, you will listen to my recent TV interview in San Diego. I've also been, on TV in Los Angeles, and have done many, countless radio interviews. As a result thereof, I have gained a large following, but also many patients have come to see me. Truth be told, being the only physician in the country that does what I do, my schedule today is 3 months and counting. Well, I cannot see another patient, but I direct them to my website, drmedicalhypnosis.com, to download the 26 various health hypnosis videos that are on site. And as a result of the marvels of the internet, I have sold countless videos, and many have come from you because I get an email address. Every Friday, although I'm extremely busy, I take off on Fridays. That's my purported day off. And during that time, I contact the countless people who have seen me in my office or who have purchased videos over the internet. I speak to them complimentary, of course, for 15 minutes every Friday, and they value that. I spend so much time doing this, and all this naturally is complimentary. I do it voluntarily. Again, there's no other physician in the world that will call his patients free of charge to consult with them. On my website, drmedicalhypnosis.com, you will see on the home page my recent TV interview in San Diego. That's where I live and work. And on my other site, gianinc.com, gianinc.com, you will notice my LA TV interview. I have been on countless radio shows and talk shows, and as a result thereof, I've received many patients because they hear me broadcast, they listen to my South African accent, and either they come to see me or they download the video. So it's a win-win situation. As you know, on the internet, everybody's selling things, but I'm the only person who sells health hypnosis videos. And while I sleep, I'm making a large amount of money. And that's fantastic. Truth be told, I make more money on the video sales than I do on seeing patients. My book, Empower Yourself with Medical Hypnosis, it's available on Amazon.com, is a one-of-a-kind book, inasmuch as there are books on hypnosis, but very few on medical hypnosis, and none of the books include guided imagery or visualization, nutrition, and exercise. In my book, something that's also very unique, I describe self-hypnosis hypnosis scripts for cancer, stopping smoking, stress and anxiety and tension, and more. In my office and on the internet, the vast majority of patients come to me for weight loss because I do a virtual lap band hypnosis. Secondly, anxiety, stress, and tension. Thirdly, chronic pain. And fourthly, fibromyalgia. And then come all the rest that are on site. Today's health tip, as I say, I forgot to mention to you, if you like my site, and you will, drmedicalhypnosis.com, please forward it to your entire contact list, because after all, it is free medical advice. And where can one get free medical advice in America or elsewhere? But as I said, I'm unique in as much as I send out these complimentary YouTube videos, and on my website, which according to my SEO team, I am getting more clicks on my website than any other individual person in the world. And that's something with humility to be proud of. As I mentioned, today's health tip is titled, in a holistic manner, how to prevent breast and prostate cancer. As you are well aware, in the United States, breast and prostate cancer is the most prevalent that we see. There are plenty reasons for that, but I'm not about to go into that now because it's not germane to the present subject. Anyway, first of all, to prevent breast and prostate cancer in a holistic manner, you start off by taking 5,000 milligrams of vitamin D3 every day after your main meal. Make sure that it's D3, because D3 is fat absorbable, and therefore if you take it on an empty stomach, it won't perform its function. The next thing is to drink 4 to 5 cups of organic green tea per day. Please make sure that it's organic, because other green teas from certain Asian countries are loaded with toxins. Drink 4 to 5 cups of green tea a day. The way you do it is at night, before you go to sleep, fill a large pitcher with hot water. It must be hot water, not cold water. Otherwise, the vast amount of antioxidants and polyphenols will not get leached if you use cold water. You then put it in the refrigerator overnight, so it gives it time to leach. And then the next morning, you put it in a large pitcher and you drink it throughout the day, because as you're well aware, you need to drink a minimum of 8 to 10 cups of water a day in order to be hydrated. And therefore, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone by drinking the green tea. Put in about 8 to 10 bags of organic green tea in the pitcher, and as I said, let it leach for about 10 to 15 minutes, because that's the time taken. The next thing is take 5,000 milligrams of vitamin D3. Make sure it's the D3 and not D2, because D3 is fat absorbable and not water soluble. Therefore, you take it after the main meal of the day. Have your physicians do a blood level on vitamin D after about 2 months of staying on the vitamin, because oftentimes one sees that the value is not sufficient. The normal value is from 30 to 90 milligrams. But in order to prevent breast and prostate cancer and other cancers, heart disease, lung disease, etc., one must have a value of between 45 and 50 milligrams percent. The next is to take 2 to 3 heaping tablespoons of ground organic flax seeds. Please make sure it's organic and not the regular type. You can get that in any health store or any other store. Then, especially for females, especially if there's a family history of breast cancer, you should not drink more than 1 drink of wine. I suggest especially red wine, because that's loaded with antioxidants and polyphenols. Drink 3 to 4 ounces only once per week. If there is no family history, then I suggest a glass of red wine, if you are a drinker, every night, because it has resveratrol and many other antioxidants. If you can't drink alcohol, then buy yourself a Concord grape juice and have half a cup of that. But please beware, there is a large amount of sugar in the juice, and a large amount of sugar can lead to obesity, hypertension, elevated cholesterol, and more. So what you do to counteract that, you put some protein powder mixed in the drink. Ultra whey protein powder is the best because it has anti-cancer benefits. And take 2 measures full and mix that with a grape juice. It is delicious, and then you will prevent your blood sugar from rising. Exercise is extremely important in preventing breast and other cancers, because when you exercise, you increase your endorphins in the brain, which is the feel-good hormone, and that makes you feel good, plus you get exercise. Oftentimes, people conjure up in their minds that to exercise, they've got to go to gyms, etc. It's just not true. Just walk. If you haven't had experience in walking, just start walking about 20 minutes a day, and then increase slowly. Every 3 to 4 days, increase by 5 minutes, until you're doing approximately 45 to 50 minutes. And then once you've accomplished that, then for the first 5 or 10 minutes, start walking a little faster. The next day, a little faster, and so on and so forth, until by the time you are completed with your exercise, you are perspiring and your pulses racing. Another tip that I have for those who suffer insomnia, and millions of America in America suffer from insomnia, do not wear sunglasses, because daylight or sunlight for an hour helps you sleep better at night. The best time to walk is in early daylight. The earlier you do it, the better. But if you cannot manage that, then walk sometime during the day. And do not wear sunglasses, because that prevents you from sleeping at night. Also, at night, once the sun sets, then you put on your sunglasses, because you don't want to get too much light in the fundus of your eye, because that will prevent you from sleeping. Also, another tip to help you sleep better is it does not matter what time you go to sleep, but before you go to sleep, of course, empty your bladder, and then eat a little bit of fruit, because that will raise your blood sugar and keep it elevated at night. The best fruits that I recommend are the various berries, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry, etc., because they are very low in glycemic index or low in sugar, and they contain many antioxidants and polyphenols. You can eat them as it is, but I suggest you mix it with that whey protein, because as one ages, you tend to lose muscle mass. It's called sarcopenia, and you have to have increased proteins to prevent the sarcopenia. So you're actually killing two birds with one stone again by eating the berries and having the protein, which will help you. As I mentioned on my website, drmedicalhypnosis.com, when you come to the home page, you will see my recent interview in San Diego. And on my other website, gianinc.com, you will listen to my recent TV interview in San Diego. So folks, that's all I have to tell you, and I fervently hope that by reading my book titled Empower Yourself with Medical Hypnosis, available on Amazon.com, you will live a longer, happier, healthier life, guaranteed. It's one-of-a-kind book in as much as, I mentioned it to you before. You can see it, and if you would be so kind, please do a review on Amazon.com. I have had numerous reviews, and everyone naturally has been very positive indeed. So I thank you for listening to this health tip. I thank you in advance to going to my website, and I thank you in advance to buy my book. My name is Dr. Hillel Mazansky, and thank you very much for listening to this YouTube video health tip.